Hello everyone, hope you guys are having a great day. It is May 9th, and today I'm back with a video. Today I'm going to be talking about today's ongoing severe weather threat. It's a little late in the day for this, but today we do have an enhanced risk of severe weather from areas of eastern Texas all the way up into the Memphis area. And and yesterday, we had a pretty significant day of severe weather also. And I'm going to be kind of reviewing the past 2 days. I guess today and yesterday. Um, So yeah, let's get started. So yesterday was really a hail day. We did have an MCS move east and impact Kansas City with some significant winds, and we also did have a few other scattered wind reports. But really, the main threat was hail. We had 52 hail reports. Two of those were large hail reports, and that was one of them was right around the Salina area. One of them was right around the Nebraska-Kansas border. So overall, pretty busy day yesterday. Not record breaking. We didn't really see any tornadoes, but still a pretty significant day for severe weather. And then so far for today, May 9th, we've had two tornado reports right to the north of the Memphis area, and pretty scattered severe weather. Not really widespread today, but it's been very scattered. But widespread thunderstorms. But those storms have been below severe limits, just bringing gusty winds. But severe weather-wise, it's been pretty scattered. We had some. We even had two large hail reports. One in Arkansas and then one down in Texas. I think it's right by the San Antonio area. Let's see what's going on right now. We're gonna use radar scope just because radar scope is quicker. So let me drag it over here, and so yeah, let's go down. Right now in the east we have a lot of storms in the Nashville area. A lot of little cells tracking in eastern Tennessee, kind of right there. Some storms bringing some gusty winds in East Alabama, maybe North Georgia. Those are dying though. This line up here, the northern part of it, is starting to die also. But still a severe weather threat. It is not bad, but or not as significant. But still definitely a gusty wind threat. And then down here, let's go to the Columbus, Mississippi radar. We have some storms blasting through Tupelo. And looks to be really a large hail threat, especially down by Bruce, Mississippi. We have a little bit of a large hail threat with that. Looks to be mainly damaging winds. This might be a 70 warning. Let's see. No, only 60, but maybe some winds up to 70 with that line. That looks pretty significant on radar. Now we have a lot of storms in this area, southern Arkansas, eastern Texas, down into northeastern Louisiana. Even a severe warning in eastern New Mexico, which this area, these storms, I haven't really looked into it too much, but just by looking at the nature of these look to be mainly elevated with a large hail threat. Tornado threat doesn't seem to be significant, just really some elevated supercells. And yeah, and then down by the San Antonio area, or really Austin, Texas, we have a hailer right here, even a little bit of a hail spike maybe with that. So yeah, pretty busy day. A lot of ongoing severe warnings. Right now. Now let's get rid of radar scope. And we can see, yeah, like I said before, we do have an enhanced risk for today. Let's go ahead and go back to convective Alex. Tomorrow we have a slight risk in areas of southern Texas and a marginal up in North Carolina. We're gonna look at both of these two areas, and just really quickly, we're gonna look at which area could have the greatest tornado potential. On then Tuesday, we have a large marginal risk for the deep south, and even portions of the southeast. So, not really any severe weather outbreaks, but ongoing severe weather threat for the south. Kind of a busy pattern once again this week. This week is going to be a little bit different, though. We could be seeing really a different pattern in this area here. I'm talking really North Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, maybe Alabama, and I'll talk about that. So this is the 18Z run in the GFS for around 7 to 8 p.m. depending on where you live, Central or Eastern time, or 6 and 5 if you live in the West. We can see we do even have some snow mixing in areas in New York and PA. Some very wet snowflakes coming in that area. We can see we have a low in New Mexico, a little bit of a severe weather threat in that area. In fact, I want to take a sounding right there and just see if mainly what that threat is. Really, yeah, it's going to be elevated storms. Really large hail is going to be the only threat with these. and of course damaging winds, but really looks to be large hail in that marginal risk up there. And we can see nice extensive cold front coming out into Texas. A pretty nice looking pattern. This looks very nice. Let's take a sounding in southern Mississippi for today off the GFS though. Kind of trash, but that's off the GFS though, so we're not really going to be looking at today anymore, considering today is really ongoing and almost done. Let's go out to tomorrow afternoon now on the GFS here, and we can see our main low seems to have moved up into Canada. We have a little bit of a low forming along the front, bringing some showers to the southeast. We do have a severe weather threat with that low in South Carolina and North Carolina, and we have an additional severe weather threat with that front. And it looks like we could have a front that maybe connects these two lows. Maybe sometimes some type of stationary front. And actually, a way we can do this is if I go over to the Weather Prediction Center and see what they have. That's kind of cheating, but actually, it is. Yeah, so a front is going to be connecting those two low pressures. It's going to be a cold front according to the Weather Prediction Center. And yeah, so and we'll have severe weather threat with that. Let's take a few soundings off the GFS here. That's impressive for severe weather, maybe a little bit of a tornado threat. But for this, let's go over to the latest NAM model, or NAM run, my bad. So I want to really target this region right here. First off, I want to look at this area, then I want to look at southeast. And by the way, I have a new channel going. That's not the reason I haven't been uploading. I've only posted one video so far on that channel, but I'm going to leave the link to that channel in the description. That's where I've moved Georgia forecasts over to. I'm doing it again. The upload schedule for those is Sunday, Monday, or not Sunday, Monday, my bad. I don't even know where I got that from. Is Monday, Wednesday, or Monday, Thursday. Sometimes those dates will kind of change, but I'll leave the link to that channel in the description. We can see this sounding that I just took. Tornado threat is questionable. If we have the right dynamics, low-level shear is really, it's medium. This would be a little bit, you would have a tornado threat with this. Plenty of instability to support severe weather, a little capped. And lapse rates aren't insane, but likely a large hail threat down there. And let's take a look at dews just so we can kind of draw the fronts out here. So, really looks like, yeah, so fronts like this, we have a low right here, and that's kind of the setup we have. So I want to try and take some soundings. We have dew, look at that dew, NAM indicates dew is up to 75 in Texas. Let's take a sounding. We're going to have this here, I'm sorry, but we have plenty of instability. Shear not very good, but overall not a terrible sounding. Now maybe we could have a severe weather threat in New Mexico. Let's see. Maybe we could have some elevated storms. Definitely maybe a chance of some elevated storms over there. It doesn't look great that we don't have a lot of instability. That's the next thing I want to look at. Let me clear this. I want to look at instability. In fact, let me look at ME, or not ME. Let's just look at mixed layer. We have a lot of instability in Texas, even some near our low. Let's take a sounding in North Carolina, or South Carolina, my bad. Plenty of instability. Overall, very medium sounding for really hail and really damaging wind seems to be the main threat with that. Take a sounding in Texas. I'm thinking that we're going to have a tornado threat tomorrow, and I'm thinking that it's really going to be centered across this area here. Of course, that's kind of a weird shaped area. I'm thinking this area, southern Texas, will have a little bit of a tornado threat tomorrow. I do think the tornado threat in the east, kind of like this area where we have our other marginal, is quite limited, but I would say we have a limited tornado threat there. But with that being said, I don't think the tornado threat there is none. But the shear profiles are not really, or shear wind, I can't talk, but we don't have a lot of turning with the winds at all. And overall, I mean, we're going to have a severe weather threat for sure, mainly damaging winds. But I overall don't think we're going to see much of a tornado threat in that area. So I do think we will see a tornado threat though in southern and maybe eastern Texas also, with the area I just outlined. So yeah, now and then Tuesday, we had a marginal risk across much of the deep south. Let's just take a few soundings. Let's start off in southern Texas here. Really large hail, damaging winds. Let's take one in southeastern Texas, then we'll move to southern Louisiana. Really just this large hail. Not as much of a large hail threat, really just damaging winds with this and some hail, of course. Let's take one in Louisiana. / southern Mississippi. You can see plenty of instability. Lapses aren't very good, but I'd say we have a little bit of a hail threat with this. And really damaging wind seems to be the main threat in that area. And southern Alabama. Yeah, shear. Shear is a little bit better here. Still pretty terrible, though. Plenty of instability. A little bit less of a hail threat. I think the further you go to the east, the hail threat is going to go down. And the damaging wind threat will take over as the highest threat. Let's take one kind of close to Savannah. Shear is even worse. I don't really think we're going to have much of a tornado threat Tuesday. If we get one, this is going to take a... That's contaminated as crap. Let me get a new one. Alright, here we go. If we have a tornado threat, I think it is going to be located in kind of this area here. Maybe a little bit further south, maybe a little bit further north or east, but I don't think this area is going to have a tornado threat. The shear profiles look pretty trash, to be honest. But this could change. There's just 2 days out and off just one model, so I'll have to see if that changes. But overall, the tornado threat does not look impressive for day 3, my bad, which day 3 is Tuesday. And now let's go out to Wednesday, because this is an interesting factor. It's going to be really playing into a limiting factor for the east. So we can see, let's take a look at dews for Wednesday afternoon, and we have a high pressure centered across northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Kind of right here. It's going to be bringing down some cooler air from the northeast. That's going to be creating a wedge for areas of the southeast and the mid-Atlantic states. So that could kind of limit the moisture further to the south across really the Gulf Coast with the greatest moisture. And yeah, we can see definite wedge day. Shuttle really limit the severe weather threat for much of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina on Wednesday. But we will likely still see a severe weather threat for areas of the Gulf Coast. I don't think it's going to be anything too significant, but still a severe weather threat possible. And we take a sounding. Not good, but with that being said, I do think we will see a severe weather threat for areas of the Gulf Coast states. As of right now, it looks to be kind of uncertain, but Wednesday, I do think we will see a severe weather threat and a marginal risk. Maybe by the day 3 outlook tomorrow. Yeah, that's up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow, but yes, goodbye.